Genesis 3 and 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Shai. All praise and glory unto Yahweh Bashema Shai Bashema Kakadash. Yahweh in the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai in the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's their true names in the Lashon Kodash, the ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings and salutations to the Lord's elect. I'm back with another lesson through the Spirit of Prophet Yahweh Bashema Shai. I might title this one, Jacob and Esau, that hatred will always be there, or that enmity will always be there, which we just read in Genesis 3 and 15. I will put enmity between thy seed and her seed. Enmity being hatred or hostility. Okay, and it was never meant for the nation of Israel, being the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the nation of Edom, Esau, Edom, being the so-called white race. It was never meant for us to mesh. It was never meant for us to, get along. Okay, this is the story of good versus evil. Okay, obviously the good, the righteous nation being the nation of Israel, the wicked, villain nation being the nation of Edom. Okay, and no matter where you go in history, these two nations always had conflict, always had tension. All right, and that's how Yahweh Bashema Shai set it up. So it's been like that in the past. It's like that now, that racial tension, and it's going to be like that in the kingdom until the Lord completely takes Edomites off the earth. Okay, so let's jump to Genesis 25th chapter. Like I just read, Genesis 3, going back to the garden. Okay, you have the serpent, which is, metaphor, figuratively speaking about the spirit within Esau, Edom. That same spirit that was in Cain. Okay, Abel and Cain came back as Jacob and Esau. Okay, so no matter where we go in history, it was always that enmity right there. All right, Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. Right, the children being Jacob and Esau. All right, so they were struggling together within her. They were fighting within the womb. It says, the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So the Lord separated us. Okay, we're polar opposites. All right, we have a certain manner about ourselves, and then Esau, they got their manner, complete opposites of one another. Okay, it says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, and the elder being Esau, Edom. All right, and of course we're stronger than them in every sense, every way. It's just due to our disobedience, the Lord placed over us the basis of men. But that don't make you stronger than us in no other way. All right, the Lord did bless you with that sword, though. But, it's all, momentarily. Okay, it says, and the elders shall serve the younger. All right, so they were fighting within the womb. This is a deep thing. This ain't about color. This is a highly spiritual thing. Okay, and as long as we've been existing, you damn Edomites, you have always played the role of the adversary. Okay, you have always played the role of the adversary. And in this present time, the last 500 years, you done demonized our nation to the fullest, man, especially the tribe of Judah. Okay, to where the whole world looks down on us, which is all, it's all scriptures, it's all prophecy, it's all the curses, right? It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, representing us pulling you down. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Okay, but the point being, they were fighting in the womb. So it was never meant for us to get along. Okay? This is Sirach 33 and 14. It says, good is set against evil. Once again, the good nation is who? The nation of Israel. The evil nation is who? The nation of Edom. Good is set against evil and life against death, right? Does not the scripture say that he is as death? So is the godly against the sinner. And this man is the man of sin, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another. Okay, and that's what basically world history is. And we see when we're on top, they're at the bottom. When we're at the top, when they're on top, we're at the bottom. Okay? But the Lord about to set everything right. Okay, but like I said, you have always played the role of the villain. You have always played the role of the adversary against us, man. Okay? This is Genesis 27 and 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob. See? Let's start there. You Edomites hate us, man. Which, we hate you back. It's just our people have been beat down and lost and completely ruined, man, destroyed, man, and within their minds and their spirits to where they love you. But ultimately, we're to hate you like our power does. Our power hates you. It's written, right? It's written that the Lord hates you, you damn devils. Let's go to that. Well, not Malachi. Malachi. I'm tripping. All right. Is it not written that the Lord hates you? This is Malachi 1 and 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Speaking to Jacob. Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yeah, I love Jacob, you see? And you follow that seed line, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, you can see the love that the Lord has for us, right? He turned us into a beautiful nation. It says, and I hated Esau. See, it's written that the Lord hates you. Paul, he quoted this going back to Romans, the 9th chapter. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, right? Everywhere the so-called white man goes, wickedness is right there. All right? Wickedness is there, death is there, violence is there. Okay? Lies are there. It says, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So the Lord hates you forever. The Lord hates you forever, man. So you hate us, but the Lord hates you. And we hate you. Did not King David say that? Let me grab that. This is Psalms 139 and 21. It says, do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? Right, Esau, Edom, you hate the Lord, man. You hate the Lord. That's why you able to, show your hatred towards the Lord's, you execute your hatred for the Lord towards his people. All right, you hate righteousness, you're anti-life, right? It says, do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies, man. Okay, so we hate you back with a perfect hatred, man. Because you're the epitome of wickedness. You're the epitome of evil. Speaking about you Edomites, man. So the Lord hates you and we hate you, man. Alright. So going back, Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of his blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. Right? And it was all set up. You know, it's Edomites try to change the narrative. Oh, Jacob lied. He deceived him. Blah, 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 blah. Nah, it was all set up in the spirit, man. All right? Because remember, they're coming back as Cain murdered Abel, right? Being the first murderer. They came back as Jacob and Esau. Okay? So that birthright was never meant for you. That blessing that he received was never meant for you. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. All right, so it mentions that he hates Jacob and that he will slay his brother Jacob. Okay? He will slay his brother Jacob. So Esau's whole thing has been what? Attacking Jacob. All right? Murdering Jacob. And that's seen in this time and in the past. Okay? That's your whole thing. Murdering Jacob. All right? You are a natural born enemy. We're natural born enemies, man. This is Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Right? Thy violence against thy brother Jacob, man. That's all you shown to us. Being the adversary, all you shown is violence. Okay, that's why when any instance of anything dealing with racial, it don't take much for Jake to group up with Jake. It don't take much for Esau to back up Esau, because that racial tension has always been there. That enmity has always been there. That hatred has always been there. Okay? But now we're in a time of you receiving judgment for what you've done to us, right? You touched the apple of the Lord's eye. So it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Okay? Shame is covering you, devils. All right? Because everyone, even your own people, is pointing the finger at all the shit. Pointing the finger at you, exposing all the wickedness that you've done. All right? And guess what? You're going into captivity for 1,000 years. You know? And you're going to be cut off forever. There should be none remaining of the house of Edom, or the house of Esau. So once you understand who you are, being an Israelite, and you understand why these devils hate us, it ain't just because of our skin color and none of that madness. Nah, man. This is a deeply rooted hatred, man, that goes back to the beginning. And this is how the Lord set it up. You read 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter. It goes into that. All right? This is how the Lord set it up. And I might grab it. This is Ezekiel 35 and 5, getting straight to the point. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Something that's perpetual is ongoing. It's continual, right? So since this devil has had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel. See, the focus is always Israel, the nation of Israel. So-called Negroes, you Latinos, and Native Americans. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord power, I will prepare blood unto thee. Or I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Right? You infatuated with blood, right? Well, now it's time for your blood to be shed. The Lord said He's gonna prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? You don't mind shedding blood. You don't mind the sight of blood. So now it's gonna be your turn. It's your turn for your blood to shed, man. Let's read the NLT of this. It says, as surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come. Oh, man. All right, the Lord gonna give you devils your own bloodbath. Woo. That's the beauty of it, man. So you've had the advantage over us for the last 500 years. All right, you've been shedding our blood. You've been able to show your hatred and execute your hatred and act upon your hatred. But now the Lord about to give us the upper hand, and we're gonna act upon our hatred. So that enmity will always be there, man. That beef. This is a beef. This beef has been there from the jump, but it's really just good versus evil, righteousness versus wickedness. All right, which righteousness is always stronger than wickedness, right? Good always wins over evil. This is Lamentations 1:20. It says, "Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. Mine heart is turned within me. For I have grievously rebelled. Abroad the sword bereaveth. At home there is as death. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it." Right? These Edomites and these other nations are glad that the Lord jacked us up. All right, they actually capitalize upon our low estate. It says, "They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me." Right? The Lord He's gonna judge these nations for their wickedness, and you're gonna experience the pain that we've been through, and even worse. It says, "Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions." Right? Because the Lord got us. He judged us. Right? He judged us, man. Rightfully so. Right? We went totally off, man. You take a look at Jake today, it's like, goddamn. There's no wonder why the Lord did what he did. Right? It says, "Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions. For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint." So the Lord He's gonna turn it up. He's gonna it's time for him to judge you. NLT says, "Look at all their evil deeds, Lord. Punish them as you have punished me for all my sins. My groans are many, and I am sick at heart." All right, so you devils, you about to experience this. And in the kingdom of heaven, once again, that hatred is going to be there. That enmity is going to be there, man. It will always be there until the Lord exterminates your ass. So I'm going to end it here. Or I might grab a second. Let me grab second edges real quick. Let me grab it real quick. I'll read through it. Second Edges 6:1, it says, "And he said unto me in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were stilled, that have gathered faith for treasure. Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other, but by me also they shall be ended, and by none under." Right? So the Lord is ending your world. "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him." See, it all goes back to Jacob and Esau. It says, "And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." You see, and that's where we're at now. Well, you're at the end of the world, man. Your world is falling. Your world is collapsing right before you. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Now, we're up next. Well, we're going to rule over you. We're going to have the advantage over you. The scripture said we shall rule over our oppressors. All right? That's where we're heading. Now we're going to be able to act upon our hatred. Okay? And the Lord going to be all for it, like he was with you. He was all for it when jacking us up. All right, but even in the Lord's anger, he had mercy upon us. It's through the Lord's mercies that we're not consumed, because you tried to wipe us out. But guess what? You're going to be the one that's going to be wiped out. So I'm going to end here. This Luke 16 and 19, the rich man and Lazarus parable. It says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, speaking of these Edomites, mainly these elite bankers, and fared sumptuously every day, right? They're living it up. Scripture said they're not plagued like other men. All right? They don't have to work. They don't have to do nothing. All right? They own the entire world. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, right? Representing the nation of Israel, which was laid at his gate full of sores, right? That's a low estate. You don't get no lower than a beggar. It says, in desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, right? Jacob always wants a piece. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores, speaking of the other nations capitalizing off of our low estate. It says, and it came to pass that the beggar died, speaking of Lazarus, which Lazarus goes back to the Most High helps, who the Most High helps, right? The Lord going to help Lazarus. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. All right. It says, and in hell, now this is going into you Edomites being in captivity. All right, slavery. This is giving you a foresight of what's to come. And in hell, he lifted up his eyes, being in torments. All right, this is not talking about actual hell and what this world teaches. A fiery pit within the earth. You burn there for eternity. Nah, that's not what it's talking about. And in hell, he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off. Right? How you going to see Abraham in hell? You know, according to this world's logic. You're in hell, but you can see the kingdom of heaven? Nah, it's not how it works, man. It's talking about slavery. It's talking about the nation of Israel ruling over the nation of Edom. And in hell, he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in his flame. Now he wants grace and mercy to be shown unto him. Okay? That's what he wants. That's what he's going to say, alleviate this pain. You know, have mercy. But the scripture say there should be no mercy shown unto him that showed no mercy. Okay? You have shown no mercy, man. So when it's time for you to be judged, the Lord will show you no mercy. It says, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in his flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, right? You've been living it up. You're able to vacate all the fucking time. You have no problems. You're so comfortable in your life. You leave your doors unlocked. You know, you don't have no money issues. You know, you got money for anything and everything. You know, yeah, man. Society is for you. You got your so-called privilege, right? But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, right? That's all we know is evil things, bad times. Shit, that's all we know. We're born into an evil world where everyone hates us, born under curses, right? But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented, right? Everything's gonna flip. All right, our time of comfort is coming, where we're gonna have rest. We're gonna have peace. You know, we're not gonna be in these bodies. We're not gonna die. We're not gonna feel pain, sorrow. We're not gonna cry. None of it. We're gonna be comforted, and then you're gonna be tormented, man. So Jacob and Esau, that hatred will always be there, man. It's been there from the jump, and it ain't going away until these Edomites are gone. So Lord's word is edifying, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh Shema Shah, Bashima Kakadash. Till next time, Shalom.